So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again with some more transfer speculation, rumours, and news for all of you people, lovely people. Before we get into talking about Juventus, the controversy that is happening in Turin, make sure you have smashed the like button for the algorithm, people. Make sure you hit the like button. Let's get as many likes as we possibly can on these videos. Also, do make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you haven't already. Getting closer and closer to 75k. So thank you very much to everybody who has subscribed. Do share the content around. Obviously, the World Cup has pretty much finitoed everybody's views. Most football channels are getting literally half of what they used to get. So hopefully you can share the content around and we can boost that back up, because yeah, it's been a bit mad for the last couple of weeks, but the closer it gets to Christmas, the better it'll be, I think, with less and less of these games on during the World Cup. But thank you to everybody who does come along every single day, and make sure you are subscribing or following, should I say, all of the socials. The links are in the description. Make sure you follow TikTok, Facebook, Insta, and big up to everybody who's been dropping the donations in via the thanks option. Just click the thanks, type in whatever you want, and press send. You can slide in scale how much you want to donate, but thank you to everybody who has done that, and I do reply to all of them. So let's continue on. Before we go through a detailed squad list of Juventus, their financial reports and their records have been a little bit sketchy, a little bit all over the place, to the point where pretty much most of the board members, presidents, the lot, have all resigned. They've all left. They've gone. There's talk that the lad that's down at Tottenham could be in trouble as well. The former, I think he was the technical director at Juventus before. Apparently, he could be in a bit of trouble. I see something earlier saying there's an arrest warrant out for him. Not quite sure whether that was a wind-up or not, but the new president's going to have to stamp his authority at that club pretty damn quick. But they are 10 points behind the leaders at the moment. And it's all a bit weird at Juve. We've seen this before many, many years ago, where they got relegated and had to fight their way back up. And it always seems to be this football club, doesn't it? I know that there's a lot of corruption going on over there all the time, it seems, by the looks of it, but it's always mad. And if you look through some of the players that they've got, I think in Italy they have to have non-EU slots in their squad. Weston McKennie's one of them, and I know a lot of Arsenal fans have been raving and waxing lyrical about Weston McKennie. Is he a player that you want to see come in? Doesn't really do it for me, I can't lie. But obviously, since this news has broken, the rumours have just been going around and around and around about, let's go and raid them. This player's for free. This player's for sale. This player we could get cheap. That player cheap. So let's actually go through some of the players and decide whether we actually rate them or not. Paul Pogba, do rate him, but he is 29 years old and he ain't coming to Arsenal. Paredes, he's been absolutely rubbish since he has been at Juve, by all accounts. And never really rated him myself. He is 28 as well, although he would be very cheap. And we do need a defensive midfielder. That's a maybe. That could be a maybe. He could be on the maybe list. I don't know. Locatelli is another one. 24 years old, defensive midfielder. Player we were linked to heavily in the summer. And never got, obviously, because that's how it works. We're linked to everybody. We sign nobody. So, yeah, maybe Locatelli. Who else they got that's worth anything, that's any good? Bonucci's too old. Rugani, no thanks. Alexandro, too old. Danilo, too old. Rabiot, I don't rate that guy, man. I do not rate him, and I don't want that baggage of him and his mum being dragged into the Emirates. No thanks, not for me. Cuadrado, is he still playing? Jesus Christ. Who else they got? They haven't really got a lot. Chiesa, now there's a player. Federico Chiesa, that's a player that we could potentially look at. We need a right winger. We need somebody that can help Saka out. Because it's quite clear that Saka's not going to be able to play every single minute of every single game. Despite everyone thinking he can, he is going to need some help at some points, and he is going to need a break here and there. 25 years old. That could be a player that we could potentially go and get on fairly cheap deal. He's rated on transfer market at 60 million. Not quite sure they're going to get 60 mil, but 25 years old. Would you take Chiesa? Chiesa's not a bad player, I can't lie. Angel Di Maria is way too old. Vlahovic, here he is. Here he is, the hipster's choice from last January. All the hipsters have come back out the woodwork, by the way. Oh, let's go and sign Dusan Vlahovic. Oh, what, the same Dusan Vlahovic that you wanted last year, and then he went to Juve and you said was rubbish. That one, is that the guy? Is that the same guy? That's the same guy. Cool. That's the same guy. Let's go and sign him. 22 years old. And he is valued at 80 million on transfer market. He's got a contract till 2026. Chiesa's is 2025. I'm not really sure about this Vlahovic, you know. I'm not really sure. Give him a couple more years and we'll see. Moise Kean, 20 mil, valued on transfer market. Good player he is. Good player, but he didn't do it at Everton when he came. Why would he do it at Arsenal? Although I do think we need a striker. Who would you rather, Moise Kean or Vlahovic? Other than that, we're struggling, aren't we? Moise Kean, Vlahovic, Chiesa. There's only about 5 players in their team that would really be interested in or want as a fan base, I'd imagine. It's not going great for Juve, and this is the thing. They're going to have all this speculation going all the way through this window, all the way through the January window. Their players are going to be tipped to go here, cheap deals here, cheap deals there. And if Arsenal are smart, they could probably get a cheap deal for one of them. If it was me, I'd be going for Chiesa all day long. That would be the one that I'd look at. I think he's pretty decent. He's electric, quick, and he scores goals. I think he's a good player. And I think that if you could get him in, he's the right age as well. 25 years old. He's been around the block a little bit. He's not a newbie. He's not just breaking into a team. He's not trying to find his way. He's already found his way. He's a pretty good player. Yes, some people overrate him, but who isn't overrated these days? Most of them are overrated. But I'd take Chiesa. I'd be interested maybe in Vlahovic. We need that type of striker, somebody that's a bit different, taller, stronger, can hold the ball up, can link play, etc. But for the price that he'd go for, even if it was a cheapish deal, I still think there's better strikers out there than Dusan Vlahovic. But this is mad what's happening with Juve. I can't lie. And this is going to go on for quite a while. They're going to get investigated. It's going to go through courts and all of that. And they're going to get some mad sanctions, some mad sanctions. And I just think that, you know, how has this taken so long for this to even come out? I don't even get it. Like, I don't understand how this has even just come out now. Like, there's even talks that Allegri might be sacked. They might go. I don't really understand. But Nedved quit. They've all quit. It's mad. It's actually insane what's happening. Yeah, and this all goes back to like 200 odd million loss. And yeah, it's kind of peak. 200 million loss. And that they didn't pull it out there or all of it out there, and they've been hiding it, and Paratici was helping do it as well, and now he's gone to Tottenham. And it is actually mad that this stuff still goes on in football and nobody has called this out. That just shows how corrupt some of these football clubs are. And this shows how lax some of the governing bodies are as well, because who's actually supposed to be checking their accounts? Who's actually supposed to be the one that's governing what they put in? Oh, yeah, well, we only had a loss of 20 mil last year when it may be 200 mil. We only made 200 mil last year when it's maybe 2 billion. Like, who actually is supposed to check all of this? Because whoever's supposed to be doing that, sack him or her. Whoever it was that's supposed to check all of this stuff, sack them. Yeah, this is actually mad. Yeah, the punishment they could be given is being relegated. They could have points deducted. They could miss out in Europe competitions now. This happened before, back in 2006. Let's not forget that. They got relegated. They lost some of the titles that they had. The referee was involved. It was mad. But it is actually insane that they've tricked the authorities again. A record-breaking loss of 254 million euros. Mad. Actually mad. I don't understand how this football club have got away with it for so long. Like maybe whoever's helped him was in on it. They must have been. Whoever's supposed to be doing that job is obviously in on it. And it's kind of crazy, really, that this still goes on in football. I mean, there's smart ways to Mickey the books and all of that, but you can't hide 200 million quid, mate. And if you can, not for very long. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on all of that. Leave it in the comment section. Which players would you like? Like I said, I'd take Chiesa in a heartbeat. I'd be open to the idea of Vlahovic, just because he's a different type of striker to what we have. But I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings and all of that. Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you do smash the like button. It does help the algorithm. It gets more people here. Do share the content. That helps as well. Shares and likes. Share it around, people. Stick it on your social. And big up to everybody who is following the social medias. And big up to everybody who has subbed. Big up to everybody who has left a donation down below as well via the thanks option. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And I will reply to you all that do that. I'll be back again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. UK time. Until then, adios amigos. Juventus out. All their players out.